So this is our lunch. We're having a Greek salad, which has taken me all morning to make.
Yeah, that's good. Greek salad, not that you take, but it's good that you made some Greek salad. It's nice on summery days.
And I made cucumber juice. I was gonna make bell pepper juice because we're not having bell pepper in the Greek salad because neither one of us really like it in there, and I didn't feel like it.
Yeah, you're right.
So, but anyway, I felt like cucumber juice too, even though there's cucumber in the salad, because cucumber's so refreshing.
Yeah, it can be. Yeah, not that it's that scorching, but it's going to be a little later today. What do you think?
I don't know.
Anyway, it's nice and refreshing outside, so it's not like too. It's just like perfect, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
No wind blowing around.
Yeah.
Sunshine.
Like
not too hot. Not
I'm
too
gonna
cold.
steal one of your little balls because I gave you more of them.
Okay.
And there's lots more in the house. I made.
So are these kale or what?
They're kale pulp.
She got a smile before she said that.
No,
they're not going to be cruel. I think you're proud of what you did. That's what that smile meant to me.
Yeah.
It wasn't like you don't play cruel jokes on people.
No way.
Yeah. I play jokes, but I try not to make them cruel. Okay. She's not grimacing, so this is good.
Genuinely yum.
Yeah. So what else is in it? Are you going to
keep? This is a Pauline invention.
It's kale and what else?
It's mainly cauliflower pulp.
Oh, I like cauliflower.
Yes.
So I'm not making that up.
It's delicious. Just try one.
It's a little kale in there. Well, I got to drink the cucumber juice first. And then I'll probably wash it down with water. No, honest, the smoothies make it so that it's even kind of hard for me to drink the cucumber stuff, even though it's refreshing. I like it. Yeah. It's weird.
Well,
it's
anyway,
just become a ritual where I grimace and grit my teeth
and
invention.
Non-meatballs yet.
Well, there you go. So you're going to make you could make they hold together. It looks like. So you could make hamburgers out of those, right?
Definitely.
Have you thought about that?
Of course.
Because we've got that.
When you make meatballs or anything like this, they can be patties just as easy.
There we go.
You can make the patties any size. You can make them a little bit bigger, and if you want to, whatever. But so you could make you could put that on. You know, people usually people like Pizza Hut and stuff like that. We're allowed to mention names, but believe me, it's not a blurb for them. But these are.
They have meatball pizzas.
Yeah,
like you could make. Those are awful slimy, but you can make nice
smaller
pizzas
so that they're like Chef Boyardee ravioli size.
There you go.
Or whatever. I don't know. What do they? They put the little chunks in there.
Right in there. It got to be great. Instead of these slimy little things that, like you enjoy eating the packet and then
because your kid will like to eat this, and this is very healthy and delicious. Unlike
Chef Boyardee. Again, it's not a blurb. We're not getting any money for this, Chef Boyardee would not
We don't get any money for doing this at all.
No.
But
don't go to Pizza Hut and don't eat Chef Boyardee, okay?
No, you can do whatever you want.
You can, but
I mean, this is healthy.
Take it easy on yourself. Take it easy on your pocketbook and take it easy on your health.
I was inspired to make this by
Bon appetit.
This. Now, this is mostly meat meals for you to share with your dog. But what I'm saying is, does it have to be meat? It doesn't. Your dog can digest other things just as well. So this, as I said, is mostly cauliflower pulp. And I have some bell pepper pulp in there too, a little bit. Maybe a couple bell peppers worth, and maybe about 4 or 5 heads of cauliflower worth, quite a bit of cauliflower. And I put some onion and some garlic in here, quite a bit of garlic actually. So if I were making this for the pupsters, I would not put the onion in there.
Pupster is my coinage, right?
It is.
But thanks for using it.
No problem.
I like it.
You'd like it.
Oh yeah.
So, but yeah, if you're gonna use the recipe for them, then you don't put that in there. And what I put in, like for pups, they would like the parsley and the mint that's in here. They can eat that. I also put dill. I don't think they can eat dill, judging by how they don't like the smell of it or anything when I'm working with it. But I haven't looked it up, but why? I know they don't like it because they haven't shown an interest. So why look it up? I'm not going to put it in their stuff because they don't like it. So, you know, it might be good for them, but I mean, I already feed them so many healthy things. If they haven't shown an interest in whatever, you know, I'm giving them kale on a regular basis. I don't think I need to push them to eat other things. So anyway.
So speaking of dill, did you show the people at home or wherever they're at, at work or the dill that you got here?
The beautiful dill that was
awesome.
Donated to me. And I'm very thankful for that because
you like the smell too, right?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I have it in a vase. And so what I did is I took all the little leaves off, which gave me a fair amount. I had about 2 cups worth of leaves to use for this. And then I put about the same amount of mint from my garden, and parsley in there. So
a lot of greenery.
Yeah.
But a lot of taste too, right?
Yeah.
Parsley, you're not necessarily going to get much taste.
But most of the green that you see in these balls is actually from the kale. But there's a lot of herbs in here, and you can taste it. Well, I can. You can't, because you're on the other end of the camera. Unless you're like me, you can taste what recipes without having to eat them. So, this is delicious with Greek salad. And I have enough garlic in here that I did not put garlic in my Greek salad dressing because we also have garlic toast to go along with the Greek salad. So, yeah. Although mine is a vegan meal. James is with the garlic toast. If I don't touch the garlic toast, this is vegan. But with the garlic toast, it has butter because it's from Costco. I didn't make it. If I were going to make it, and I have made with coconut oil for James before, and he loves it. But we get that free, so he's okay to eat it.
What can I say? Where's the kale? That's awesome.
I know.
Kale taste.
Yeah. So the great thing about these balls is it's buckwheat. So mainly cashew, which is ground up buckwheat, and you just rehydrate it. Hydrate it, whatever. You just put some water on it, and voila, it's ready to use. And unfortunately, it does not stick together. Well, buckwheat doesn't. You'll notice that if you're making your own buckwheat noodles or whatever, you've got to put something else in there. It's not going to stick. And same thing with this. I want it to stick together so I can throw these around, so I can put them in pasta and mix it all up and not have it crumble apart.
Chuck them up in the air and pop them in your mouth.
If I could juggle these and they would not fall apart. And that is my goal when I make a meatball or a patty, is for it to hold together. If it doesn't, I'm disappointed, right? But, I mean, by now I know how to make them stick together. So, what I put in to make it stick together is whole oats. So that'll soak up the moisture too, because there's extra moisture. I put the fresh herbs in, which that adds moisture, and I put the onion and garlic in, which adds moisture. I'd taken a lot of moisture out from using pulp, not the vegetable, but the cashew with the hydration, and you can hydrate that using water or vegetable stock or whatever flavor a liquid you want, and it's going to suck up that flavor. So that's another awesome thing about using these vegetarian things to make meatballs or patties. Whatever you soak that up with is going to it's going to add that flavor, right? So if you're making this for the dogs, then chicken stock, of course, because once you soak up the chicken stock into the, or chicken broth, whatever, into the stock, I guess that's right, isn't it? Whatever. When that soaks into the cashew, the buckwheat, which is a complete protein, just like meat, Then you have the chicken flavor in the meatball, which they would love. So, do you really need to use meat in every dish? No, and mine hold together, whereas that recipe on, I didn't mark the page.
53?
I don't remember. Was it 53?
I have no idea.
Oh, you're just making up a number to see. Let's see what's on 53. 51. That'd be cool if you remembered the page number from yesterday. No, that's a stew. But anyway, there's a turkey quinoa meatball recipe in there, which I don't think they'd hold together very well. But anyway, this also has quinoa in it. It has puffed quinoa. But yeah, what's holding it together is the oats. So, oh, and I do have one potato in there, which it's baked, and then I mince it up with the food processor, because most of this, like, I've minced all the pulp, even though it's pulp, it's still, there will be some bigger bits, so I mince it all up with the food processor before I stick it all together. And yeah, corn patties in the oven, and I put it on a low heat, and just dried them out, basically. Whatever, it's all done. And I wanted to mention that I wasn't fair with this book.
The raw food thing, eh?
Yeah, because it's raw vegan. And a lot of people, when they're thinking about even considering, why would I want to go raw vegan because there's nothing I could eat? Well, salad this is raw vegan rate if you like Greek salad, but you know, you can go a lot of directions with your raw food. Like if you're accustomed to eating salad rolls, they show in here, this book will show you that you don't have to just like eat raw vegetables and fruit and be really depressed about what you're eating, because there's so many things you can do here. So this will show you give you a lot of ideas. Like you see these cellophane noodles on the front. I think this was the kelp
Is that what they're
recipe.
called?
Yeah.
I don't like those kind of noodles, but
I do. But anyway, they're like, you might like eating coleslaw. Well, page 72 shows you a kind of different coleslaw. It has pomegranate seeds, which James loves pomegranate seeds in a salad.
yeah, they work in so many things, not just
I
in
could have
salads.
put them in this.
Yep.
They work, yeah.
They work in almost anything.
They put orange segments in it, which, you know, if it tastes good in my head. And anyway, I wouldn't have thought of putting orange segments in there, so that's great. And how they make the dressing is avocado, of course, right? And when you are used to it, like for me, I read these things and I'm like, oh, I already know this stuff. But then I realized a lot of people don't. So when I say, oh, this, you know, I already know, well, I've already looked into raw vegan foods. So this isn't new to me, but it would be to a lot of people. So there's a great spicy mango salad on the next page, which I know James would like because he likes all of those flavors. It has corn in there and all sorts of healthy things, and I know it would be good. So I wouldn't put the agave syrup in, but whatever. On page 108, a savory and sweet wild rice. So you're thinking, what, raw vegan? How can you make? Well, yeah, all you do is you soak it. So you soak the 2 cups of wild rice in 4 cups of water overnight, and then you put the whole bowl in the dehydrator to warm for a whole day. And what I would do is just my gas oven that I have, the oven stays really warm. I use it as a dehydrator. So put that in for a day. And there you go. That's wild rice. Then you drain it and you use it just in the recipe. Or the next page, 111, quinoa couscous. Now this one, you're just soaking the quinoa overnight and then draining it and using it. And
now you don't like couscous that much, right?
No, I do.
It's a waste of time. No, it's okay.
I just don't like I don't see a point in making, like with, I would rather do, I've never tried making it this way with just the soaked quinoa, and I'm gonna try it because it might be good. But the kashi, the buckwheat, you can make it really easily, couscous with that. So I don't know that I need to know how to make couscous with quinoa, but I'm gonna try it anyway, because why not? I've made couscous with quinoa, cooking the quinoa first, and it's okay. I don't see any point to, a lot of people will use the wheat couscous to make the stuff, but I don't see a point in that. The kashi makes sense to me because it's buckwheat. It's a whole complete protein. It's better thing to go with, and it's easy too. But I will try this way because I like soaking things and sprouting them and stuff like that. And when you're eating raw foods, you do a lot of sprouting, and a lot of soaking. So this next page, 112, sweet potato curry with buckwheat. Again, they're soaking the buckwheat overnight, and they're soaking the cashews overnight. So you're making a sauce with cashews, lemon juice, curry powder, and they'll take the sweet potatoes and the carrots and they shred that up, and then so it's grated finely, and then it's marinated in the fridge in, like, there's oils, and the oils with raw, when you're eating raw vegan, if you marinate vegetables in oil, it gets loose, right? And oh, there was another one. Where did I run into the cabbage, the coleslaw. How another thing you can do is, you know how when you're making your kimchi or sauerkraut, you squeeze up your cabbage with the brine, the salt, and that takes the moisture out of the cabbage, right? And so you can kind of you can use that with vegetables to make the vegetables floppy, not so crisp, right? So it's like it's cooked. So there's the couple different techniques to make the vegetables make the vegetables seem cooked. You can marinate in the oil, or you can, and it doesn't take much oil. Anyway, you know that. If you think about it, have you ever put a salad in the fridge and you haven't, like, say this, if I put this Greek salad in the fridge with the oil on it, all of a sudden I go to eat it later on for leftovers, it's all floppy. And I'm like, how did that happen?
Yeah.
Well, the oil. That's how. So
it just, for me, it doesn't.
Yeah.
No.
So anyway, then there's page 116, kale chips. And this is the only way I'd recommend eating kale chips. I see a lot of recipes for people drizzling on olive oil and then sticking it in the oven at a high temperature, and it's like, well, that's not healthy anymore. You shouldn't be heating your olive oil. It should be going on cold. So anyway,
I think that was an apple.
It was. The apples are falling from the tree. They're ready to go.
Not even a windy day.
So I'm going to have to start dealing with the apples too.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so I thought I'd mention these two things again.
Excuse me.
Because, if you want to know how to make raw vegan food more interesting, something that you could actually eat, say, all summer long, we haven't been, I would like to be eating raw vegan, we haven't been like this. This took me quite a bit of time just as it is, and honestly, doing raw vegan, you need to be devoted to it, because it does take time. You're soaking the stuff overnight, you're making your food from scratch. It's going to be way healthier.
You kind of have to be gainfully unemployed.
Yeah.
It's hard to do it and work a real job, you know.
Yeah.
What I mean by real job is where you're earning money.
Yeah. So, I mean, I could have done it, but I don't know. I've been depressed for a while, and I think I'm going to be okay now. So I could start, but summer's almost over. I should
But-
do so.
If you're feeling down, the one good thing about this Bon Appetit is the artwork on the front.
Mm-hmm.
It was done, in a flash,
Mm-hmm.
so it's not like a Jan van Eyck or a
Morning.
Vermeer, but it's kind of cute.
That's cute.
Got a bunch of different dogs there, kind of captured their personality.
Mm-hmm.
Made them all look happy.
Yeah.
And dogs can look bummed. They don't always look happy. We've seen dogs look bummed. You don't take them for a ride or something like that.
That's delicious. I'm very happy with that. I'll have to write this one up. It's sure a lot. It's much more worthy of being written up in a recipe book than that one.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna